Yay, it worked.
Yeah, we're on.
All right,
We
hey.
figured it out.
All right, a little technical issue. Hey there, FLOSSTUBE. It's Cathy, the hands-on designer with...
Bill, Mr. HOD.
Let's go, Bill.
Oh.
Anyway, it's Sunday afternoon. We just got back from a little bit of traveling. We're not going to talk about that right away. We're going to get right into the needlework. But first, we should probably do a cheers. Root beer.
It's a real nice H2O.
Aged nicely.
I certainly hope not.
Mine's a lovely root beer zero.
It's fresh.
Love it.
Mine's fresh out of the well.
Mine's an A&W. God, I have great childhood memories of like frosty A&W root beers. Anyway, we said we weren't going to do all that chit chat. We were going to get right into the needlework. So that's what we're going to do. We'll save some chit chat for the end. How about that?
Sure.
Okay, so this is a pretty quick turnaround from our last video. So thank you for watching that one, because that was kind of a long one. Just a good catch up. And, but we did the unboxing of the trunk show. We knew we were going to have this one coming up pretty quickly because we've got new releases heading out next week. Information went out to shops, the shop email. You know, I do sneak peeks first, you know, on Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. And then email goes to the shops with all the info. And then I've been posting full pics. But you know, I love to come in with a video and kind of talk about the piece itself, give some of the little details and that kind of thing. Some things that you can't necessarily put on a social media post, because do you really read it? Or you just look at the picture and go, woo, because that's pretty much what I do. You know, and then if you're really interested, you kind of, okay, I gotta look, you know. Anyway, so how many do we have?
4.
We have 4?
I believe.
Okay, yes, yay. Okay, but we're gonna talk about 5 projects because we got a special one to talk about at the end. So 3 series and 1 Christmas, because I don't know, we kind of considered grouping all those Christmas together, but then we've got Christmas in July coming up, and I know a lot of you stitch Christmas all year long. I know I stitch Christmas all year long. So
and we have other new releases coming in July.
Yes, yeah. So we didn't want to.
It's a crowded field.
It is, yes. So we've got 3 series that are continuing into the next season. We kicked them off at Market with the spring version. So what do we want to talk about first? This one?
Sure.
So we've got Summer Folk. You want to do kind of a close-up? Okay. So this is the next season in the 4, I have to say this carefully, 4 Seasons Folk sampler. And remember, this is finished on the Folk paddle from Chantel. It's got that lovely little pattern etched in it. And yep, it just, when you're done with this, all you're gonna do is pull your spring one off, because a lot of you have finished it thanks to the Sarah and the stitch along. I've seen a lot of and I mean not just stitched finished, but they're finally done. Finished, you know, FFOs. And so this is awesome. I think even though this is kind of maybe a bigger piece for me, I think just because it's little bites, little rows, they're just so much fun to do. And that is the fun part, is I've heard a lot of you make comments about, I just couldn't put it down. And I'm like, yay. Anyway, so with this one, same fabric, Driftwood, Fabrics by Stephanie. Remember, I said in the beginning, if you get a half yard, you will have plenty to stitch all 4 seasons. And then a little bit extra, it's a great neutral Christmas ornaments, Halloween, little pillows, dough bowl fillers. There's, you know, it will not go to waste. DMC, the pearl cotton, I think it's 12,642, 1 ball.
Yes.
Remember, it's going to be for the whole thing. Let's see what else. Oh, Lady Dot Rick Rack. This one is called Coraline. I love that name. So just a little pop of that corally pink around it. Now, I do mention the the plaid backing fabric that I used. It is on the back of the fabric, on the back of the pattern, but it is also, I'll say it here, it's Pumpkins and Blossoms by Fig Tree from MODA. The color is Sprout, which I think is kind of cool because it's a very sprouty, hold it up kind of closer again. It's a very bright green. And again, when I talked about the fabric choice for the first one, it was not what I was going for. And I've talked about this in a lot of videos, like try not to go into fabric selection with a preconceived notion.
Right.
Because I seriously was not like I knew I wanted something summery, but really technically that's a fall fabric. So the item number is 20424.24. So if you're Googling that, like where to get a fat quarter of that, I will put it in comments below. And of course, as I said, it is on the back of the chart. DMC, Chantal's Paddle, Lady Dot Rick Rack, Fabrics by Stephanie, Linen. And Shari is going to start a stitch along for the summer edition. So as these all start shipping to shops next week. They're ordering now. So if you got on, like, say, an auto ship program, because I know a lot of shops did that.
We have a special guest.
We have a cat coming to say hello. They just, I don't know where she is. She's down there. Anyway, what was I saying?
Stitch along.
Stitch along. Shari's going to do a stitch along. These ship to shops next week, so they should start getting them by the end of the week, next Saturday. So then if they're mailing it to you, you're probably looking at like that following week, or you're going to get your notification from them. So you'll have plenty of time to get, you should already maybe have your fabric lined up, and it's DMC. There might even be a couple repeat colors, or they're in your stash. So keep an eye out towards my social pages. I will also link Shari below so you can give her a follow. I'll probably talk about it in my newsletter. So, okay, so now I did post the other day. With each one, there are specialty stitches, and I selected them so that they do work for Ada. Now with this one, do you want to pick her up? Or she's gonna meow the whole time. There are actually 4 specialty stitches, but I joked because the one up here is actually Smyrna Cross, and I use Smyrna Cross in so many of my charts. I was joking that, can we really call that a specialty stitch? I mean, like, do I really have to teach you that? But we've got a nested chain stitch in the hanging hive section, and I also have a double cross, or I actually see some of these. Okay, the layered cross is in this like little checkerboard row right here, and then we have eyelets down there, which are kind of fun. So don't be scared. It is a pulled stitch. You kind of open up a hole in the linen or your Ada. All of these will work. No actual. I didn't have to make any changes or accommodations for Ada. These all work with Ada on this one. Hi. You can't see her. You want to show her in the? There you go. That's
Whisker. What are you doing?
That's Whisker. That was who was meowing. Anyway, so this one is, we've got the purple coneflower. We've got, as I said, the hanging hive. We've got the little paper whites to attract the butterflies and the bees. We've got our little quilt section, and then of course, just a sweet little garden section at the bottom. And I don't know, I love this one. They're deep colors. We've gone from like the pastel-y shades to a lovely summer palette. I think that's really cool in this one. So I have talked to Chantal. A couple of you have emailed, well, quite a few have emailed about a tutorial for, and now are you covered in cat hair? Should we get the lint brush out?
Vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, true. That is the truth. A tutorial for staining your board. I mentioned it to her, and I believe she is still planning on doing one, so never fear. But I just, I don't know, just a lot of fun little detail. And I am so happy that you're liking this series. It was just a treat to design. And how many times can I say I love those layered stitches? Just a lot of fun. So, and it'll be just kind of like the last time. There's your chart, and there's 2 pages. So I broke the, I'll go like that real quick. I made the charts nice and big so that you could see them as you stitch, and then kind of did a row by row explanation for any other specialty stitches, or if you had to go back and add some layers, some texture stitches, that kind of thing. And then of course on the back here, the specific charts to give you a number out, just basically a map to the specialty stitches. Like I did with the first one, I am gonna do a tutorial kind of showing you how I did the specialty stitches.
And between the tutorial and what's in the chart, we've had a lot of positive reaction.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, I can't do it.
They were afraid, or
but they tried it, and they've actually been able to do it, and they're quite successfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked out pretty well.
I think it's awesome. So yay! So that's series number 1 that we're now going from spring to summer. Now we've got series number 2 that we're going from spring to summer. First we had, they're all stuck.
They're stuck
the
together.
magnets. First we had Gather Wildflowers. This is in the Gather Round series. Now we're going to Gather Butterflies. Apparently I was on a big butterfly kick there. So of course we have our barn quilt circle and our wreath circle, and then this time the house, last time the house was a little cottage. This time it's a greenhouse. We've got the little stone path underneath. This is like what I would love my backyard to look like.
It doesn't look like that?
No, it doesn't look like that.
No, you're right. It doesn't look like that.
When I was a little girl, I did talk about it on a post that I really wanted a greenhouse. I just did. And I got a sewing machine instead. It worked out
Which has served
fine.
you well. Yeah.
But so we've actually been kind of talking like maybe. Still a chance to get a greenhouse now. So a lovely DMC palette. Oops, sorry, they go like this. On that Perpetual paddle from Chantel, which are so fun.
Here, I'll trade you. You hold
Okay,
that
oh
one.
yeah, there we go.
I'll get this one. There we go.
And again, they're magnets. So if you've got your set from the first chart, just put magnets on the back of these. And there's the back of mine with its magnets. Pull them off, switch out the seasons when you're ready. And it's DMC on platinum linen, Ada friendly, Lady Dot Rick Rack, which is oddly enough called Pumpkin Boo. It's for like pumpkin season, but it just worked for this. So, and yes, we have a tutorial on this. So like the others, the Gather Butterflies, the model is stitched over 1 on the 32 count, but it is charted inside for over 2 as well. So if you do not want to do the over 1, but I think it's funny. I've had a lot of comments. Have you seen them? Like people saying, oh, really,
over 1?
Really struggling.
Yeah.
But they all say really struggled, but man, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. So thanks for taking a chance on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of fun. We were actually just watching a show this morning. They had built, we have an area of our garden that's got plants that attract butterfly and bees. And we were just talking how they built like a bench that had, was supposed to be like a butterfly garden. And I'm like,
had a trellis that went up the back. So,
yeah, it was cool. I feel like I have a lot of projects I want to do. And he keeps going, when are we going to do that?
When the spare hours of the day arrive, we'll get started.
So it was funny. Somebody did say to me, you need to tell me how you need to design more hours in the day. And I'm like, man, if I had the secret to that, I could become a millionaire and retire.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Gather Butterflies. And again, that's what your chart looks like. That was, I had to, unfortunately, it dried out so much. I didn't preserve it well. That was actually lavender we got at last year's farmer's market. And I had dried it, and it was hanging in our laundry room for the longest time. And then it got really too brittle. I don't know.
It was a little too dry.
It was a little too dry. So it made the cover, and then it made the garbage. I know, don't tell me. It was retired. It was retired, yes. I could have crumpled it and put it in a little sachet, but by that it had, I'm going to get so many things. You could have done this, you could have done that. It's gone.
It was time, it was time to retire.
I will get more this summer. I want to keep supporting the local farmers.
Yeah.
So anyway, so gather butterflies. Then in our small gatherings, we are gathering memories. So yay. And like the previous one in this, which was gather moments, this is the same color palette as the gather butterflies. So if you get the DMC to do the other, it's an easy stitch to just use all that floss to do this one as well. The chart itself, it's a sweet little stitch. Somebody actually commented and said she's making one for her and one for her BFF. So I thought, what a cool idea and what a great present. Because they're just a couple evening kind of stitch. Yeah. And I do still plan to do a tutorial, kind of just a video, not really a tutorial. Well, yeah, I guess kind of a tutorial on like how I got this going into the frame and, switching it out. And because it's the same frame as the original, as the first one, the Gather Moments. And we've got 2 more in the series. And you could definitely just get one frame and then pop it in and out and, lace it and all that
Switch
kind of good stuff.
Switch them out seasonally.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So just a fun, and lots of other, you could pillow it, you could easel it, you could banner it, you could, so many. But with this one, I just, it kind of came down to like, I haven't framed anything in a while.
Yeah,
so
it literally did. Yeah.
And I really like that nice big chunky frame. So that one, it comes on a little card like this. And again, these are all shipping to your shops. They should start shipping out by Wednesday, right?
Correct.
So shops are gathering orders now, and there'll be, a lot of them have already emailed in their first orders, and I believe that we kind of give them a deadline to get in on the first round Monday. at 5. So the packing team will get busy and get everything going. So that's the next in the series for the three series that we did at Nashville. And so I just, it's funny because I'm still very excited about these. These have been around for a while in our home because, we had them all ready for market. And I like to do that so shops can see at market. So I don't know, it's kind of fun to see them get their moment, isn't it? So I probably shouldn't say this. I'm really excited for the summer ones, but I'm excited for the final 2 in each of the series.
Oh, I was like, final 2. Where were you going?
Sorry.
You lost me there for a second.
Yeah, we didn't practice or anything.
It's not hard to do today. That's okay.
Oh, man. Okay, so we have one more release that's coming out. As I mentioned in the beginning, Christmas. So this 3 fun little ornaments, they're called shiny objects, and they all kind of celebrate like shiny brights. Hopefully you get that gist. We've got, the first one is, what's this one say? Happy Holidays with the little sugar plum at the top. And then we've got, what do you have next?
Joy to the World.
I'm going to show that a little closer. Joy to the World with the jingle bells at the top. And then Peace on Earth with the little gingerbread house on top. And so they make a great set. They're small. These are on 3.5-inch rounds.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, if you made, let me see, did we put it on the chart? Okay, if you made the Oh Christmas 3 ornaments last year, these are the same size. It's actually the same set of rounds, the same finishing kit. And that is noted on the website as it is on the chart as well. So you have a good idea of what the size are. They're fun, quick to stitch. They make a great set together, and would look pretty on other colors of linen. This particular color palette just, okay, I have to read you the colors that are in it. It is a color and cotton. This is charcoal Belfast, 32 count charcoal Belfast. Can be done with Ada, and you could even do it on, because do it on whatever size you like. But there's all 3 patterns are included. They're all about 54 by 45-ish. So, and everybody always says, how much fabric do I need? Unfortunately, what I tend to do is because I use an 8x8 Q-snap a lot, I tend to cut my fabric 9x9 because it fits in the Q-snap, centers nicely. I know I'm probably wasting fabric, but it's just what I like to do. Do what you like to do. But like a 9x27 cut would be plenty. You could probably get like way more. You could probably do a couple, like 3 of these, and then, oh, we've got the, okay, hold that thought. I've lost you again.
Lost me again. I'm standing out here by myself going, where'd she go? Where? Hello?
I'll get there, promise. Okay, so number 1, it uses the same finishing kit as Oh Christmas 3, okay, the round, and I use some pretty fabric on the back. Isn't that pretty? I just love these colors. Okay, but this is color and cotton, all right? And your shop can order, Angela is doing thread packs, so your shop can get that for you. Listen to these colors.
Order directly from Color and Cotton.
Or yes, or
the shops will.
Or your shop will. Okay, Crumb Cake, Peace on Earth, Snickerdoodle, Winterberry, and Yuletide. I mean, you couldn't get a much more.
Those are great floss names.
Festive floss names in a palette for this, and they're kind of muted, but they're sort of traditional, but they're kind of country, but they're kind of, I don't know, I love them. It just was the beauty. When I saw the threads together, I was like, oh yeah, I got to do something with that. So quick to stitch, and then I did a pretty little backing fabric, did the gingham at the top. And then this is just little boxwood trim. I just stuck there in there with a pin, and you can get that. Oh gosh, remember when we first started using boxwood trim?
You design the pattern.
12 Days of Christmas.
And yeah, and then we go to release it. We're going to market, or we're doing something, and we need more of the boxwood trim. And they said, well, that's seasonal. This was in February? Yeah. February or March. Yeah. It had to be February.
Yeah.
January, February. Yeah. Nowhere to be found. We found some somewhere online.
And of course, the original that I got did have a little bit of like glitter on it.
That's right, yeah.
And then we found some that did not have glitter. But of course, it was kind of a unique finish for its time, because how many years ago was that? That was quite a few.
Couple.
And everybody was, where'd you get the trim? Where'd you get the trim?
We're like,
So that was a lesson in, make sure whatever we use can be
it's not
purchased. Anyway, so this is actually still some of the old trim. You can now actually get this trim at a particular big box store in the ribbon section. Does not come with the little glitter. And I mean, hello, it's kind of hard to see the glitter on there. But I got a little glitter spray, and I just went to town and added it. You don't see it, but a whole lot. But it does kind of catch the light, and it is pretty when you see it. But I mean, it's just a very simple finish. It's just kind of meant to be, it's just meant to be sweet. Again, quick to stitch. I don't know. But okay, so I was saying like a 9x27 cut, because I try and think of cuts that like so the shops don't have any waste.
Right.
Okay. If you recall, when I brought out the Oh Christmas 3 last year, and it had a color and cotton thread pack, I said, hold on, because I'm going to do, what I love about the color cotton, 8-yard skeins, okay? There was enough thread to do the 3 ornaments, and I was coming out with one more ornament later in the year that could use the same color pack. I'm doing it again. Okay, so if you get the thread pack for these 3, I'm having one more ornament come out at the closer to the end of the year that uses the same and is stitched on the same linen. If you are careful, you could use that. I would think you could get that
should be
4 pieces on that. Okay, on that 9 by 27, which is basically what a fat 8th, or a long 8th. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. 9 by 27.
That's outside my wheelhouse. I don't know.
Oh, and I love the color and cotton threads. As always, okay, everything else so far has been DMC, but you please remember, as always, that I do include DMC substitutions in the charts that I use a hand-dyed. I do not list them on the back here. They are inside the chart, in the color key. Can I do this without? It's always in the color key. The name is the hand-dyed, the number behind it is the DMC, okay? I get sometimes interesting email, people suggesting that I should include the DMC numbers, and I do. So, in fact, there's only ever one series that I didn't do the DMC, and that was a long time ago, and I think pretty much everyone's over that one by now. So new releases. So if anything piques your interest, definitely call your shop. And if you don't have a shop or you're not sure where a shop is, on our website, we have a list of the shops that are on our auto program. There's a couple on there we have to update and take them off, a couple we need to add, but it's a good place to start. You can always email through the website. The website is a great resource for different things. So when we list products and things like that, I do try to list, maybe not on some of the original, like older designs, but I always do try and list like the fabric we used, the threads we used, lots of that little information. Yeah. But we'd love to hear from you too. So, oh, I know, I want to point out one thing I did. I was just looking at this. So finished it round, I did cording. I actually did 3 different colors of cording. I used some of the hand-dyed. So this one got red, this one got kind of a gold, and that one got sort of the greenish color. And that was kind of fun. So whereas they look, very similar, I kind of did the cording around them, according, no pun intended, to, yeah, I guess I kind of did mean that.
Yeah, you intended that. That was intention.
I did different color cording based on the ornament color.
Coordinating cording?
Oh, man. Say that 10 times fast.
No.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
Anyway, so those ship out to shops. And then one other little project I want to talk to you about. So, I've been working with, I've worked before with Chantal's, which she did the folk paddle, the Perpetual paddle, the on the edge display frame. Anything else? I feel like there's been a lot.
The snapshot frame.
Well, that's coming. Not everybody may know about that. It's coming later this year. If you did the jingle ball, you know about that one. But anyway, so
Polar bear. Polar plunge.
Please, how could I forget that? So was it last fall we went there? Man, the months are all running together. Yes, so last fall I taught up there, and we something happened, and I can't necessarily say everything right now. We got kind of talking about something, and originally we were going to do this for market, and then we were both kind of crazed right before market, and we kind of both said at the same time, like, hey, how about we wait?
Why don't we hold off on this one?
And it was great, because I think we both probably kind of went, phew. Yeah, I know I did.
I know you did.
So we kind of thought this would be fun because June is Chantal's birthday month, and I can't remember. I think it's the 9th. I'm thinking. Anyway, so we're kind of making it like a little birthday present, little fun stitch along, fun. Just give yourself a fun little stitch break, like something. Am I keeping you up?
You might be. Oh, you're back. Wondering where you were.
Okay, we'll explain in a minute because we're both pretty tired, but I don't think I'll yawn. But anyway, she's calling it right now the Stitch Kit Exclusive, and right now it's up on her website for pre-order. I will put a link below, or Chantal's is at chantals141.com, and it's right on the front page, and you can order the Stitch Kit Exclusive. It's a pre-order, meaning she won't be shipping until June, and we're kind of hoping like about mid-June, because she's and it's going to be a complete kit. And it's a mystery, so no, you don't know what it looks like just yet. Eventually you can know. If you're like one of those people like, I don't like mysteries, I don't like that, I get it. I get that. So you will have an opportunity to get it once you see, but there is kind of a little extra, there's some extra bonus things for those that pre-order, kind of your sight unseen, if you will. And it's based for 32 count. She has, but it's Aida friendly. So she's got 2 different kits. She's got an Aida kit and a linen kit, 16 count, 32 count. And she also has an add-on you could get with the paint kit, because obviously, if it's something that Chantal and I did together, it's got cross stitch and it's got a fun little board of some sort. That's all I can say.
So it'll have a new pattern, a finishing frame of some sort.
Finishing item.
We'll call item. And then the rest of...
It'll have the floss. It'll have other items that you need for finishing. Really, it's like, it should be all inclusive. And if you want to finish it as we do ours in the paint color that we choose, then
there's that option.
That option. You can add that. And it's a paint that Chantal really likes. And so that's one of my projects for this week, is mine's all stitched, finished, ready to go, but I am now doing the final assembly and then getting the charts together into the printer so I can get them to her. And it is an exclusive. The chart is exclusive to her. And so I feel kind of bad that I can't say anything about it, but I think kind of the plan, just in case you ask, because I've had a lot of people, so it's not this, right? And I don't know.
There's been a lot of fishing going on.
Yeah, exactly. And no bites. So I think she's got a couple pictures up there. She's been posting some sneak peeks. We're going to do some more sneak peeks before the pre-order window closes. I don't know how long she's keeping the pre-order window open. We will probably, I'm sure she'll be posting like, hey, it's closing. She'll give you a countdown of when the pre-order window is closing. And the good thing is, yes, it's a pre-order. So you order, you're going to get one. So just kind of go with us on this and have some fun. I'm sure we'll probably be doing a stitch along with it. There's just going to be, I don't know, she has done so much, like with her blogging and her vlogging and her finishing and everything. I've learned a lot by watching her videos. So they're really awesome. She does a live every Wednesday night. It's right after Nicole's usually. And so it's a lot of fun. I don't know. Join the party. And again, if you're like, no, I really want to see it first, you will have the opportunity to see it. You just won't get some of the extras that are going to be in the pre-order kits. So, okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay. So that's pretty much it for this time. We should probably explain why Mr. HOD is yawning.
I yawned once. My.
I am not going to let you live that. That is like, I'm going to get mileage out of that. Like, I'm talking, you yawn. What's up with that?
If I start snoring, you've got something.
We have a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, we are actually during our last video, we talked about that we were going to State Special Olympics, which we did. We left last Wednesday. This is Sunday to give you some perspective. So that was Wednesday. Our lives are not normally like this. Our animals are thankful for that. But that's probably why the cat was meowing at us so much. We left Wednesday with Charles and Billy to go to Ames, Iowa, for the Iowa State Summer Games. And let's see, Thursday we had tennis. How many tennis players did we have? 7. Okay. So they have these lovely courts in town where there's 10, 11, 12 courts, something like that. But it's over this kind of wide area. And so we would have players over here and players here and players there. And you and I had to logistically okay, I'm going to go cover these guys. And, just to kind of make sure they're doing okay. We're only allowed
in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. We're not we can coach on crossover, that kind of thing, but we can't during the game and stuff like that. But we still want to make sure that our athletes are doing well during the game. They're kind of they're in the right headspace for it. And so we were kind of trying to coordinate, you'd be over there and I'd be over here. And, and honestly, last year I didn't get to go. I had COVID. You had to do it all. I don't even, after experiencing that this year, I don't know how you did it last year. I don't.
It's a lot of steps.
What did you say your watch said?
6 miles.
We walked each 6 miles that day, just walking around, making sure everybody was good. And it was sunny, it was hot, it was a beautiful day.
Oh.
I mean, we couldn't have asked for better tennis weather. So, and then so that was Thursday, that was singles. Thursday night, and then Charles played soccer that day. So after singles was done, we ran over to get him. We were going to watch the last few seconds of the game. And just as we walked up, they're like, okay, line up. We missed it.
So we didn't see any of that.
But they got gold, so
that was good.
We watched the medal ceremony. And then what else? So Thursday night was the opening ceremonies. That's always fun and exciting. Saw the torch, the final leg of the torch run, light the torch, open the games. Friday was, Billy had doubles. And so singles, he got a bronze. He played really well. And then doubles, they got the gold. So he does unified doubles. And then we quickly left that and went over. We didn't have to do as much. We don't have as many players that play doubles. So our coaching duties that day were pretty minimal.
Pretty slim.
And then, in fact, it was actually quite relaxing.
It was nice.
We sat. And then we ran over to swimming because Charles swims. And what did he get? Did he get a bronze there? A bronze or a silver?
Bronze.
Okay, because they did a relay.
Yeah.
That was quite the experience. We've never really watched the swimming before. That is like herding cats. I mean,
that's a chaotic environment.
My hat's off to families that do swim meets.
To the coaches, the volunteers, people that are running that venue. That's a lot, man. That's a lot, and you're moving a lot of people in a short period of time.
It's a lot in a hot, steamy environment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So then we came home, and then we left again. We got everybody back home safe and sound. Came home on Friday, and then Saturday we left again. And we spent a lovely afternoon down in Omaha. And kind of treated ourselves to, this was actually kind of a long overdue birthday present that, so we stayed at a lovely little boutique hotel downtown, and we went and saw any Expedition Unknown fans out there, or what are all the Destination Truth was the first one.
Expedition X.
Yeah. So Josh Gates, he's the TV personality that does he's a really interesting guy, and he does these live shows, and it was really good.
It was very good. He's very engaging. Yes. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Because he talked about like kind of how he got into it, and then showed us some video of the upcoming season, showed some highlights and some funny things from previous seasons, and then he did a whole Q&A session. And I'll tell you, that's the part I was almost looking forward to the most, because I mean, everything else is, I'm sure, fairly scripted. You know, I mean, it's probably different every time he delivers the talk, but it's the Q&A, because you got no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
And it was funny. There were some fairly intense fans.
There were a lot of people lined up for questions.
Yeah.
And it was a limited period of time.
Right, yeah.
And it was kind of neat, because he got down to about 10 minutes left, and he said, okay, I've just got a few minutes left. He said, we're just going to do this for the kids.
Yeah.
So any kids in line, come up to the front. And these were pretty young kids, and they had some pretty good questions.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. I can't remember. One of the kids stumped him. It was pretty funny, but I can't remember what he said.
What it was. But yeah, it was one of the little kids that was sitting next to us. So.
Yeah, and he's very gracious with the kids and with everybody. It was a very good time. I'm very glad.
So that was kind of our first time seeing something like that, which I'm like, I want to do that again. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So anyway, if we're seem maybe kind of a little more quiet, that's why.
Yeah.
But we are home now for a couple of weeks until we head out to Sassy Jack's in North Carolina. If you see, we're kind of strategically blocking some of the mess. We're getting those kits are packed, the finishing kits, and then Barefoot Needle Arts. I'll be there. I have a break, a day or two in between, and then I'll be there for a half-day class. So those are the final kits to be packed up. So we're working like crazy on those, because those all ship out before we go.
Yep.
And of course, you'll be working on the new releases this week.
Yep.
So the fun continues, and I'm looking forward to catching up with some stitchers and having fun that way too. So it was kind of nice it was very nice to take some personal time for us, but now get back to working a little bit. So
the fun continues.
Yay! So I think we're on to 42 minutes. We said we were going to keep this a little bit shorter, but I think so. Yay! So enjoy the new releases. You want one final? Let's see. This is Shiny Objects, Summer Folk, and then Gather. Oh, here we go. Really quick. Gather Butterflies.
They stick together.
Magnets. Okay. Well, those magnets are strong. Gather Butterflies and Gather Memories. So there you go. I hope you enjoy them all, and I hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon stitching, because that's what I'm going to go do. Are you going to go nap? Maybe you should.
No, I think I have to go put together charts.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is okay. And watch some racing.
Absolutely. Watch qualifying for Indy. So, but thank you for joining us, and till we see you again, enjoy the stitch.
Enjoy the stitch, yeah.